Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to become the person that attracts without even manifesting. So this is going to be an embodiment video because it's going to be where we become the person that doesn't even try. They just decide they want it and then they get it. So there's no manifestation required here. It's just the pure embodiment, the new version of you. This is what I'm going to be teaching you how to do, and you're going to be able to just literally attract without even trying. And I've got 4 things here on my notes listed for you guys today. 4 things that's going to be able to help you realize what's going on behind the scenes. It's going to include a bit of shadow work so that you can then uncover the parts of you that are making it so that you're actually self-sabotaging your manifestation. You're going to be able to realize where you were actually keeping yourself safe before by not manifesting, and the light work behind actually evolving into the person that can hold this type of manifesting, because this type of manifesting is next level manifestation. So let's get straight into it. The first one is going to be uncovering frequency blocks. So this I have mentioned a few times because it's probably the biggest thing that people think that they do, but they actually don't do, which means that it's a shadow because they don't realize it's actually happening at that point. It's like still in the shadows kind of thing, hiding. And uncovering frequency blocks. So for example here, any kind of negative speaking about the manifestation. I'm going to use money in this video as the example because I feel like this is the core structure behind the passive princess lifestyle. So for example, any kind of complaining, or not even complaining but ungratefulness from you or from others. So first of all, from you. If any sort of piece of money, any sort of amount of money appears in your life and you find yourself not reacting to it or not truly giving thanks for it, even if it's just finding a £5 note on the floor, which I have done before. I've picked up a £5 note and I've been like, damn it, I've been manifesting such big amounts of money and all the universe can do is give me a £5 note. Like, really? I'll just take this to the shop and buy a drink with it, right? In that moment, I realised, I realised anyways, that was probably a test from the universe. And I showed the universe in that moment what my frequency was. And it was a frequency of ungratefulness and lack of abundance. Because when you realise you're abundant, you actually realise that money comes from you in all angles. And that £5 note is just one of those small, minuscule angles. So any sort of complaining or ungratefulness from you, and most importantly also others. Because others, when they say something, it's an affirmation to your subconscious. So you have to be really picky with who you're listening to. Who are you letting reprogram your subconscious? Who are you allowing affect your future and your self-concept? Another example of this is bad energy. So frequency blocks can be in the form of living situations, friendships, workplaces, any sort of environment that doesn't make you feel good. So if you get home afterwards and you analyse, when you start listening to your body truly, you will begin to start analysing, and you can choose to do this immediately. You don't have to do any sort of embodiment work, right? Any sort of inner work to get to this point, but start checking in with your body after a situation, after being at a specific place or seeing a specific person, and asking, what is my energy levels right now? How did that impact my energy levels? How does it impact my body? And if you feel yourself neutral, just as you did before, then fine, it might have been a mutual exchange. If you find yourself uplifted, then that's obviously a very positive event that you should keep in your life, person that you should keep in your life. But if you feel yourself kind of depleted, ask yourself, where did this depletion come from? Is it because maybe you was doing a lot of exercise or walking with the person? Or did the energy depletion come from that person or that environment? And listening to this in your body is going to make you realize where your energy leaks are. And uncovering these frequency blocks and making more room for the positive frequencies are going to cause you to be on a higher frequency, and therefore on the frequency of abundance. And when you're on this high frequency of abundance, that is when you can start deciding, one of the pieces to this puzzle of when you can start deciding, and then it'll just happen. As long as it's paired with other things that uplift you. And, oh, my ring light's just broken. Okay, I'm gonna have to just, let's see if we can plug this in actually. But when you start doing this, I'm just gonna talk to you whilst I'm sorting this out. When you start doing this, nice, okay. All right, no ring light for today then. When you start doing this, your body is just going to become a magnet for abundance automatically. There we go, we'll have the light down here. You don't even have to try at this point. It's just automatic. Because your body is just on that radio frequency. Imagine it like a radio where you tune into different frequencies, right? Some of them are like just static. Some of them are like perfectly in vibe with your mood at the time. The music comes on and it's great. You're tuning your body in tune with what circumstances you want to happen to you. So if you're constantly paying attention or allowing without realizing things such as these frequency leaks, these energy leaks, then obviously you're not going to be a magnet for any desires. And it's going to feel like you have to really try. And trying is the masculine energy, and that actually repels manifestations. So uncovering your frequency blocks. Number 2 is, where are you keeping yourself safe? This is a shadow work question. For example, self-sabotaging by benefiting from not having the manifestation. You, with your conscious mind, which bear in mind makes up 5% of your mind, you with your conscious mind might think that you want this manifestation, and you truly do want it, don't get me wrong, right? But your subconscious mind actually doesn't want it, because your subconscious, or the parts of you that make up that shadow self of you, actually all it wants to do is keep you safe, secure and comfortable. And a lot of the time, a new thing in your life or a new manifestation is not going to be safe, it's not going to be secure, and it's going to be uncomfortable. So your mind will try to sabotage that unconsciously without you realizing. This is where the most common version of this, there's many versions of how your brain will do this, but it will come up with excuses or reasons why you should no longer do this thing, or why you should no longer continue the inner work, the shadow work. Oh, it's making me sad. When I first started doing shadow work, I did feel emotions of sadness, but that was only because I was bringing up the emotions that I'd pushed down for so long that were actually pulling down my vibration. That yes, by pulling them up and therefore dissolving those emotions and getting rid of those energetic leaks and anger, resentment, whatever, towards things that have happened to you, I actually had to bring them up and feel those emotions. And my subconscious was linking 2 and 2 together, the shadow work with these emotions, and thinking, this isn't good. This isn't causing a good vibration in my body. It feels unsecure, it feels unsafe, it feels uncomfortable. And so you'll find yourself starting to come up, like, even just not doing it at all. Maybe you find yourself, oh, I haven't done this shadow work in a few days' time. Why is that? Because it doesn't feel good. Oh, there you go. Because it doesn't feel good. Of course, my brain doesn't want to do it because it doesn't feel good. But I know with my conscious mind that I need to not feel good in order to clear those blocks, right? So you could be, this is an example of blocking your manifestation or self-sabotaging, right? Is, for example, if you want to lose weight. This is a common one for everyone, right? If you want to lose weight, you're comfortable as you are. It keeps you unseen. It keeps you blended. The weight you are at right now. It's comfortable because it's It's known. Your brain knows what your life looks like right now. It doesn't know what your life looks like when you've lost the weight. So part of your brain will see that as unknown, uncomfortable, and therefore insecure. So it doesn't want you to stand out anymore. Like, what if you get super hot and you stand out, people start looking at you, people start hitting on you, and like all these unknown situations start happening? Oh, what if I get to the weight that I want and then I'm not actually happy with it? What if? This is what's going on in your subconscious mind. And this is what causes you to revert back to binge eating or eating over what you should be eating, or stop going to the gym, because going to the gym is maybe uncomfortable, or eating bad is comfortable, right? So you go back from the uncomfort and you go to the comfort. And this is all due to the elastic band theory. So this is your comfort zone, right? This is your elastic band. When you start going, this is for manifestation as well, when you start getting into the uncomfortable zone here, this is when you're most likely to ping back into the comfort zone. So I spoke about in another video, when your manifestation is starting to happen, you will feel the uncomfortableness and it will feel like your life is actually falling apart almost. From a very small scale, like bad luck or you feeling sad, whatever it is, right? All the way up to like literally falling apart. Because if you're manifesting a whole new life, then your old life will need to fall apart to make room for the new one. And it'll do it for you. You don't have to do anything. It'll just poof before your eyes. And it'll look bad, but it's actually not. It's the elastic band here. You will most likely ping back to this safe, comfortable zone if you don't acknowledge the discomfort and work past it. This goes for all aspects of life. It's just how the human brain works. So yes, when you're losing weight and you start to see that shift, your brain is going to be like, oh my God, this is uncomfortable. It's different and therefore it's unsafe. And this is when most people will begin to lose weight and then bam, straight back to here. Another example is self-pity from others. So if you have, for example, I don't know, some sort of health condition, let's give an example of a health condition, or even a bad living situation, that gets you taken care of by other people. It keeps you secure, it keeps you safe. Maybe you don't have a lot of money, so your mum helps you out, or your dad helps you out, or your partner helps you out. And if you was to expand out of this situation, this financial situation, let's go off the finances again. If you was to expand out of this financial situation, you're now on your own. Without realizing it, your subconscious thinks, now we're on our, if we expand out of this financial situation, we'll be on our own, we won't be taken care of, we'll be more unsafe and we'll be more uncomfortable. And even though with your heart and your mind you're trying to manifest this new house, this new paycheck, this new living situation, this new life, your subconscious sees that as uncomfortable because you like getting taken care of, you like the attention from others that it's getting you. You like the being taken care of, right? That's what we all desire. We all desire to be loved, to be taken care of. It's a very basic need. But what our subconscious doesn't realise is that people will still take care of us. People will still love us, even if we do earn more money than everyone else, because it's in everyone's best interest for you to earn more money, for you to live in a better place. Everyone benefits from you earning more money. Everyone benefits. The people that are buying this knowledge from you, this package from you, this anything, whatever people buy from you, whatever product you have created, they are benefiting from buying that because they have chosen to buy it themselves. They have chosen to buy that and therefore they saw that exchange as worthwhile. You are providing something. When you earn more money, you can provide for your parents, retire them. It benefits no one to stay humble, to stay poor, to stay broke. It benefits no one. But your subconscious, will see that as different and insecure. And it doesn't want you to stand out. Maybe you have a fear of standing out, a fear of being seen, shall we say. Which we have many different things. And this is all gonna be in, so this is actually gonna be the name of the new course, is Paid to Exist. Paid to Exist is going to be about uncovering the shadows and unleashing the goddess or God within you. And it's going to be all about these kind of things that we've been holding on to that are actually preventing us from getting paid to be us, because we're trying to keep ourselves safe, small. We're always playing small and we're wanting to fit in, when what we really need to be doing is stepping into the uncomfortableness, unleashing the part of us that is literally so magnetic, because there's only one version of us on this earth. No one can copy us. There's only one us on this earth, right? So unleashing that goddess self and uncovering the shadows. That's what the new course is actually going to be about. So this is going to go in more in depth than that. Another example is you benefit from staying poor because you're relatable and you don't want to be rejected for having money. This is so common, and again, I used to have this exact shadow myself, because as much as I tried to manifest money over the years, I've had over 7 different businesses, or business ideas, shall we say, 7 different Etsy stores, Amazon stores, literally anything. When I was at uni, I used to make spray bottles for cleaning on Etsy with people's names on. Like, it was just crazy. I've sold anything from recliner chairs on Amazon to spray bottles on Etsy. And I also had a toy business. I have had everything, but it was all coming from my mind. And that's why I don't have any of them today, because they were all to what's the best business I can come out with. Analytical, masculine side, right? None of it was coming from my heart. And the first business that really took off and I love is obviously this business, because it's come from my heart. So it doesn't feel like work at all. It always feels like a hobby. And so when I first started creating businesses, I thought, I really reflected on it actually this past year, which is when my biggest journeys happened. And I realized that the biggest shadow I have is that I don't want to be seen. I don't want to appear, because I've heard people say money makes you change. Money changes people. Money is bad. Maybe like the rich are greedy. You know, you've heard all these things in the back of your mind. And to me then, having money was going to be unsafe. People would want some. I thought people would see that I've changed. People would. So all of these things that you think, that a lot of you guys probably also have those shadows around money. And that's what's running your subconscious mind and keeping you safe. So you will be sabotaging these ideas. Maybe you come up with an amazing business idea one day that's truly heart aligned, but you allow your brain to talk you out of it. And then the next day it's gone. That's your shadow self, or your subconscious mind, keeping you safe and secure and in your comfort zone. So the main part of this is being aware of that. And as soon as you're aware of that, you can start dissolving them. Another last one before we get on to point number 3 here is an example of being silly or goofy and clumsy, and because it's all part of your identity and it gets you liked. So clinging on to that child self that is different, like silly, clumsy, goofy, whatever you want to say, and you're constantly becoming that person, you're constantly acting as that person around certain people because that's what gets you liked and that's what keeps you fitting in. This could go for any personality type that you have that you once aligned with, maybe when you were younger, but you're no longer that person. But you continue to act as that person in that group of people because that's what keeps you liked and safe and part of that group. And this goes back to when we were part of tribes and we needed to be part of a tribe to stay safe and be provided for and get food, right? If you weren't in a tribe and you were kicked out of the tribe, it was like certain death, right? But now we can say to our brain, we're not in tribes anymore. We're going to be perfectly safe without this friendship group. We're going to be perfectly safe being the person who we truly are from within. And if they actually don't accept that, then they're not the right tribe for you. Because nowadays there's many other friends that we can make. Many other people that can act as family members if it's your family members that don't accept you or repeatedly cross over your boundaries. So realizing that is going to make it so that you can stop acting as that person and that actually act in true authentic version of you, the highest vibration of you, because inauthenticity is a very low vibration. So that's another energetic leak. So number 3, again, another shadow work question. This is quite a shadow work video, is where are limiting beliefs running the show? take note of where you feel uncomfortable when you ask yourself these questions, because the uncomfortableness is likely your body telling you there's something going on. If you don't get triggered in any sort of way at any of these examples, any of these questions, then fair enough, you don't have these shadows. But if in any way any of these examples or questions make you feel a bit uneasy, dig into that and explore that question in more detail. Journal on it, think about it, meditate on it. Why do I feel uncomfortable about this? And where does it reflect what's going on inside my mind? Where does it reflect some of the shadows that I might have? So recognizing that is also going to be great. So where are your limiting beliefs running the show? Example is, when you think of a manifestation, catch the initial thought that comes to your mind before your ego keeps you safe and brushes off that thought that came into your mind to keep you safe. Think about when you initially, if you get reminded of it in a car journey, right? Say you're trying to manifest something and it randomly pops to your mind when you're driving, and because it caught you off guard, this thought, does something come up along the lines of, because these are the most common limiting beliefs, do I deserve this? Is this really possible for me? Am I actually worthy of having this? Am I capable of doing this? These are the things that almost cause a little heart drop when you realize, oh, yeah, like, do I actually deserve this? Is this possible? Am I capable? But then to keep you safe and to keep you from not feeling these bad emotions, your mind almost within a split second will have kicked in and started thinking of all the positive things associated with this manifestation. Yeah, of course I can have it. Yeah, I'll have it within so many times. But the first initial thought that comes to your mind when you think of a manifestation, that initial heart drop in that split second, is the thing that is truly going on in that 95% of your subconscious mind. So purposely listen to this, maybe set reminders throughout the day on your phone so that it captures you off guard, that reminder, and listen to that initial thought. Is it possible for me truly? These are the things that might be coming up, and these are the limiting beliefs that are going to be running the show without you realizing it. And the thoughts after that, the positive ones that come from your ego, are the things that are actually covering over all of this. And keeping the limiting beliefs down. So last one here, number 4. Is your manifestation energy masculine or feminine? And this is probably in between the shadow work and the embodiment work, because the masculine and feminine side of manifestation are very real. If you're manifesting from a relaxed, detached, knowing state that you are truly worthy of having whatever you want, which, by the way, is like, I'm going to come up with levels of manifestation people from level like 1 to 4. I'm going to say this is level 4. This is top end manifestation person. This is the person that's completely embodied in the goddess self, in the passive princess version of them. Level 4 manifestation people are the people that will decide and receive. They're the people that will literally, as the title says, not even try, just attract. So most of us aren't going to be this yet. That is the person that is fully embodied in the feminine manifestation side. You do also require masculine to manifest. But if your whole feminine side is fully healed and embodied, then this is going to be most of the show, most of the cause of the manifestation. The masculine side is going to be the trying, the forcing, the attachment. And those are the bad states of manifesting. And it's what a lot of people will do and they won't realize it. So this is the person where they decide they're going to manifest something and they immediately start coming up with how often they need to manifest, how long for they need to be scripting for, how many days they need to be doing it for. And along the lines, they will start checking in with their manifestation. Is it here yet? When is it coming? They start watching more YouTube videos. How to realize what blocks are for your manifestation. How to know the best manifestation techniques. This is all in the analytical part of your brain, which is the masculine side. And these are the negative parts of manifestation that are causing it to be pushed away. The positive side of the masculine, so say we'll use 90% feminine to manifest 10% masculine. So the 90% feminine is going to be the whole receiving, relaxed energy. The 10% that's positive that we need in the masculine is the actual work needed to manifest. So it's the analysing what embodiment work we need to be doing. Not what techniques we need to be doing, but what embodiment work we need to be doing. The almost shadow work self, the things that you need to be thinking about in your brain rather than your body. So the body is the receiving, the relaxed. The mind is the thinking. So we do also need to be thinking in the manifestation stages, but only for 10%. So it might be, okay, scripting is the best technique for me. And also meditation is the best work for me. That's you analysing, but very, very lightly. Not over-analysing. Also thinking, right, what shadows do I have? I'm going to be doing shadow work every day as part of self-discipline. Every day I need to do some shadow work to uncover the version of me that has been keeping me safe from my next level me, from my dream life. Those are, again, healthy, analytical parts of manifesting. The initial deciding about what work needs to be done without the over-analysing, without the constant looking, right? So the 10% and then the 80%. And another example of this, the first example of this is going to be, I think I've already gone over this, but I'll say it anyway, is triangle the manifestation method. That's masculine. Second example is being able to see someone with your desire and being fully relaxed in your body without shifting to your head and going, oh my God, I don't have that. When am I going to have that? How have they got it? What have they done to get that? Do you think they're into manifestation? That's the masculine. But if you react to someone, if you don't react at all and you can observe purely someone else with your manifestation and you think it actually excites you and you think, oh my God, like when I get that, I'm going to be so happy. That's the feminine. So the thinking, the analysing, the worrying almost is the masculine. And if you don't react, then you're in your feminine and you're completely in the knowing state, should we call it. Another example of the masculine is if you're Googling why your manifestation hasn't happened yet. Again, I mentioned this. If you're Googling, going on Reddit, going on forums, looking at how other people have manifested, what they did, manifestation people on YouTube that create videos telling you why you haven't manifested. Yes, you can watch those videos, but please do not try to watch those videos. For example, if you're subscribed to me and I come out with one of those videos, I'm not doing it to cause people to fall into their masculine, because I trust that you're already aware and conscious enough of that polarity that you need to have in manifesting. But I will always create the video because I want my subscribers to see it. I want my subscribers to see all of my videos. I don't want it to be recommended to someone that is purposely trying with their masculine energy to manifest and then they come across my video. I understand that people like that are going to see it inevitably, but that's not the purpose of the video. If I create a video saying stuff like this, energetic blocks and other things, it's just to make you realise. Oh my gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. This is so terrible. Yeah, it's just to make you realise the shadows, essentially, of where you're going wrong. But Googling and looking is not the answer. And then the last example that I've got here is if you manifest from a state of abundance and gratitude. And again, this is from the feminine. This is you completely relaxed. This is you completely, what's the word? Just sat back, again, in the knowing state. When you know that there's abundance all around you, you'll find it on your most abundant, relaxed, joyous days. Those are the days where you attract the most money, where you attract the most positive events. It's like this massive snowball that just occurs. And on the days where you're looking for money, you need or you need something or another, will be the days where you feel in the most lack. So getting your frequency in a state of abundance and in the knowing state, doing this inner work to get your body into that state at all times is going to be the ultimate feminine, abundant energy. Then, on the other hand, you're manifesting from a state of lack. So for example, if you're manifesting from a state of lack, then that is going to be the masculine energy. An example of this is, for example, if you have some sort of health condition or you do lack the money and you're like, I really want a better life because I don't have enough money. That is you manifesting from a state of lack, and it's actually a masculine provider energy because you're trying to provide for yourself without realizing that the universe is the provider. If you decide and then you align your frequency, the universe will provide. You don't need to try to manifest. You don't need to try and force anything because the universe is the provider. That is the masculine energy. That is the thing will make everything happen for you through other people, through events and circumstances. The universe is the one that is going to cause that to happen. You do not need to think in your masculine about the how, about the when, or about who it's going to come through. None of that. You just have to focus on being the embodied version of you with that perfect balance of the masculine, feminine, manifesting energies. So manifesting from abundance is feminine, manifesting from lack and provider energy is the masculine. So I hope this video helped you. Let me just go over the 4 points again. So number 1 is uncovering the frequency blocks, you or other people. Number 2 is where are you keeping yourself safe and self-sabotaging. And number 3 is where are your limiting beliefs running the show. Number 4 is your manifestation energy masculine or feminine? So again, I hope that video helped you. If you have any questions, leave them down below. The Passive Princess package is going to be discontinued this week. At the end of this week, it's going to be gone, which is in a couple of days' time, as I'm preparing to create the Paid to Exist course, which again, I mentioned earlier on, is going to be all about the embodiment work in order to become the Passive Princess and get paid to be you, paid to exist. And it's going to include both the shadow work and the light work. So again, uncovering the shadows and unleashing the goddess. So I'll be creating that very soon, so just keep an eye out for updates. But other than that, I hope you have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!